Rocket League was the first video game I've ever put more than 100 hours into, and now that number has surpassed 5,000. But what have I actually learned from playing the game? Hey, I'm Jack. I've been an avid Rocket League player since 2016 and I've since racked up over 5,000 hours playing the game. In this video, I'm going to share what I've learned from playing Rocket League. Watch until the end so you can find out my biggest tip for improving in the game. Let's get into it. I actually prefer to play Rocket League alone. I first started playing the game with my brother, but then travelling back down to Melbourne for university each semester would mean we didn't have much time to play together. I had a group of friends who lived with me down in Melbourne that had joined me for Rocket League from time to time, but they weren't dedicating anywhere near the hours I was each week. It took me over a year to eventually accept a few friends both on Xbox and Steam when I eventually moved to PC. But when I first started playing with these new people, found they'd rage over the smallest things, like me missing an easy save or a shot. As a result of all these rage quits, I decided to play the extra modes and casual modes in the game for quite a while, until I met a group of friends that I still play with on occasion today. Similar to when I played with my friends from Melbourne though, a majority of them would stick to the casual playlists when I'd be itching to join a competitive lobby. So I decided one day that I'd just solo queue by myself and actually found it quite enjoyable. I guess that's the inner introvert in me coming out. At times I'd have random teammates giving me coaching lessons in the quick chat, but that was a quick fix, turning off the chat completely. And after 5,000 hours, I still very much enjoy playing the game alone. It's not that I don't enjoy playing with my friends entirely. Rocket League is just my place where I like to zone out completely and grind some games. And I don't mean any offense to any of my Rocket League friends watching this video. I do love you all. I now also play better when I play less. Since starting this YouTube channel, I've had less time to play Rocket League, and to my surprise, somehow manage to play better when I don't play the game as often. I guess playing less leaves me little time to be thinking about what I could improve on, and instead just playing the game to get some hours in. When I first started, I'd spend hours upon hours working on each mechanic in the game, but I just don't have the time nowadays to do so. It was a bittersweet realization though, knowing I'd likely not rank up any higher as a result of playing less. But I'm still happy being able to achieve Grand Champion in the regular game modes. Don't get me wrong though, there are times when I play god awful and with 70% of the game, missing those easy saves too. I've also learned that I've got an addictive personality too. Ever since I was young, I've been quite a competitive person. Whether that was in sport at school or in video games against friends. Rocket League has cheekily fed this competitive itch ever since I picked it up. And as a result, you can see just how many hours I've put into it. During the peak of the lockdown here in Melbourne, I was spending roughly 30 hours per week on the game. Not only that, Rocket League requires a lot of time and dedication to understand the core mechanics of it. I also feel like this is the main reason that deters a lot of newcomers when they first pick up the game. Oh yeah, how can I forget when some random 14-year-old either spams what a save in the quick chat or shit talks me the entire game. That's something that makes me go ding. I know I shouldn't get so up in arms about this, but hey, that's one of the joys of Rocket League, I guess. Just like other games, Rocket League is a constant IV drip of dopamine where you can lose track of time. It's never one game with Rocket League. The game helps me relax. Don't get me wrong, I love my job, but most days all I want to do is be back home playing some Rocket League. Rocket League has also got me through some tough times where I just needed to distract myself. During those times, I closed myself out to a lot of people, but having Rocket League there was one moment of peace I could have. And hey, it helped me get back on track to a much happier and healthier life. Nowadays, I find myself playing less Rocket League throughout the week, around 7 hours or so, but I always try to find that one night during the week to let loose and smack a ball around for a few hours. Sometimes I wish I could play Rocket League more throughout the week, but I don't want it to get to a point where it then overtakes my life and what I should be spending my time on. Will I continue to play Rocket League? I'd say so. However, I do think the sunset is closer than I think. I still suck at the game. Surprise, surprise, I still suck at Rocket League, even after I've dumped thousands of hours into this game. I still miss the ball far too often, get too impatient when trying to defend the ball, the list goes on. But I'm still better than a majority of the player base at Grand Champion 1. So I guess this old boomer still has some tricks up his sleeve after all this time on the game. Hey, you stayed until the end of the video too. Here's my biggest tip when it comes to improving at Rocket League, and that is to stick to the 1% each day you play Rocket League. Rocket League takes quite a long time for you to get the hang of, so it's important to stick to just those little 1% improvements each time you play, whether that's grinding some casual for a few hours, sticking to training for maybe 20 minutes or so, or even hitting up rank to secure those rewards for the season. Have patience. Remember, it's the 1% improvements that will have the biggest effect over time. So there we have it. This is what I've learned after 5,000 hours of Rocket League. There have been many ups as well as many downs, Many times where I've just rage quitted after a long night of grinding rank, and even some nights where I've just had the biggest laugh of all. Either way, Rocket League has had a massive impact on my life and has really got me through some of the toughest times I've ever experienced. No matter how often I play, I'll always have a love for this game. If you enjoyed today's video, why don't you click on the screen to watch another one about Rocket League. I'm Jack, and I'll see you next video. Catch ya.